Welcome back, and thank you for joining us on Season 3. So for those of you that have been following along with us on the record process, you know that we do our best not to get bogged down in the weeds by talking about endless amounts of gear and studio toys, even though we are just as obsessed as the next musician or producer. We like to try to focus on the process at hand, the people involved, the places that these records get made, and how they all come together to affect the final product. However, as we've gone on with these episodes, we've found it increasingly difficult to ignore the fact that so many of these tools and pieces of gear are actually at the heart of so many of these creative processes themselves. In a way, creating their own source of inspiration for musicians, producers, and engineers alike. So we decided to get in on the fun. We know there's a lot of shows out there that cover gear very well, but this is going to be our take on it. And it's a new segment we're calling Gear Candy. It can be any and anything, kind of like a desert island piece of gear. And I always find it's interesting where like instrumentalists, like vocalists, songwriters, producers, it's always kind of from a different area. So I'm curious what if you, I know it kind of puts you on the spot, but feel free to give it some thought if you have like one thing.
Yeah, the most important thing to me is my acoustic guitar, Taylor Grand Auditorium 814 or 814 CE. I don't know how you say it, but 814 CE. Yeah. This is the one that the band got one of these going back a while. Gosh, I don't even know, but probably 10 years ago. We got one, and obviously played on it a ton, and it's just quickly became my favorite acoustic guitar. And then about 3 years ago, I decided it's finally time. Like, I got to get one of my own. And luckily for a lot of those years, I was kind of able to take the bands home with me and use it. But then I started playing a bunch of like my own solo shows and stuff. And I was like, well, I feel bad just like using the band's guitar to do all these. I should just get one of my own. So I've got this here. And I try and play a little bit of it every day, and just, one, just to kind of keep moving with things, but also just because that's, even though we just put out this new album, today I came up with two brand new song ideas. So I try and just kind of jam on it a little every day, do, either voice memo or on Pro Tools, get some ideas flowing. Love the way it sounds. It just feels great to play. And it's a beautiful guitar.
Derek, that's awesome. I'm a big fan of that series of Taylor. The 814s are beautiful, and they're such a treat to play.
Yeah.
So good. So is that from acoustic, is that would normally, or something like that with the Taylor that the band had, is what we would have heard on a lot of Mayday records? Or obviously it might vary, but... No,
for sure. Yeah. I was trying to think whether we had it at the point that we recorded self-titled or not. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was, but... Obviously, I can't say with 100% certainty. I bet Zach and Ken would know, but I believe we had it whenever I think any acoustic guitar that you hear, honestly, on any Mayday Parade record since we got it would be not this particular one, but the band's one.
Yeah.
And I just love the way they sound.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah. What a treat! And you just
awesome.
Leave it hanging out, just like open case on a stand somewhere, just to grab it whenever something's top of mind.
Yeah. Right now it's in the case, but I also have the stand back here. And also sometimes I should take better care. Sometimes it's just like on the couch or on my bed or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Don't I know? That's why I asked, man, because sometimes it's just, if it's on the couch, it's right next to you. It's so much easier. I love that, dude. Well, like, such a crucial thing also too, and just saying sometimes it's interesting with these segments. Some things are like very hyper specific, but so many of them are things that are like always close by, right? Whether it's in the studio, for people that are always in a studio, or for anybody from a writing standpoint, it's like having that so accessible to you and having yielded such great results over time. There's something about it that's so reassuring, and like you said, playing every day like keeps you in that mindset and keeps you fresh and keeps those, I guess, almost writing muscles like limber. So dude, that's awesome. Such a treat. It looks beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. We really appreciate it. Now I want to go out and get one.
Yeah.
When we actually I did just use a Taylor on some Wonder Years stuff, and I loved it. So it's very top of mind right now.
Yeah.
Actually, so I couldn't agree more.
If you're serious about it, let me know, because we have some kind of a deal. So we might be able to get you some kind of a deal. But yeah.
Oh no! Don't do that, Jared.